The Mayo Experience.
That Mayo Experience. That Mayo Experience. That Mayo Experience. Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience. Sunday night live. Week 1. Week 2 odds coming up a little bit later on. Cust is in studio. Garion is on the line. And Garion, if the Patriots get this 2-point conversion, they cover the spread against the Eagles. Mac Jones is on the run, and Mackie Cust is running it in. Patriots are at least probably going to cover this game. There's still 3 minutes left in this. You are sweating the Dolphins and Chargers in real time, and things are looking good for Jeff Feinberg, not so much for yourself at the moment.
I believe I am 2 plays behind you. So I feel like you're basically going to be telling me what happens at a certain point as Xavier Howard picks up his 17th personal foul of the game.
One of them was really nice. The one that he had on Parham was legitimately useful because he would have caught that for a touchdown.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Dolphins D, not so great?
Not great. Not very bad, one would say. Dolphins O, great.
Tim, what would you say is the worst thing you saw all day from any team? What's the worst unit? Is it Bears defense by a mile?
Bears defense or Bears offense. You can make a case for either. I'm not
Bears
sure which is
real bad.
Although Titans offense was horrific. So, yeah, I would say those 3, Bears offense and defense and Titans offense.
Would you call that the misplay of the day? Because you've been talking about it now for 3 hours as we watch the game. The Titans not going for it 4th and 6.
No, well inside the red zone and kicking a field goal to stay down 1. And it's just made absolutely zero sense from a coach who, as Jeff always reminds us, would cut off his member to win a Super Bowl to kick a field goal to stay down in that game. It was ludicrous.
Well, maybe Mike Rabel had money on the Titans +3 like some of us.
Well,
he's like, hey, we need to cover it. Of note, the Patriots, there was holding on the Mac Jones rushing conversion. They did not get the 2-point conversion. The Eagles are still currently covering up 5, 25-20 with 3 minutes left. And they're getting the ball back.
Props to the Patriots. I thought they would hang in this game. It looked hairy early when they got down by 16 points, but they threw 2 touchdowns up before the half, and they've sort of stuck with Philly, who's, I don't know if Philly's disjointed or if the Patriots just had a really good scheme for them.
The Patriots looked unstoppable 2 consecutive drives, and Bourne's actually been quite good. He got another guy 2 touchdowns. If someone has 1 touchdown today, chances are they have 2.
And there are people you've never heard of, or at least would never have played in fantasy, who all had 2 touchdowns today. Tyler Algier,
Justice Hill,
that fellow
Kieran
for the Rams,
Williams.
Kieran Williams.
Gary, and apparently Kieran Williams is the starter for the Rams, not Cam Akers.
I don't want to pull rank. I think it's Kyron Williams.
Is it?
I mean, I'm a Notre Dame fan. I watched some games. I don't know about Tim, but I just want to pronounce his name properly.
I'm just going to call him Karen because I'm just sure he complained to Sean McVay the entire time that he wasn't getting enough touchdowns, and he got his way. And everyone's sitting here with Cam Akers, thumb up their ass. It's no good.
Akers also scored a touchdown.
And they gave him here you go, Cam.
Sure, okay.
Here you go.
They all count the same.
Yeah, but he could have had the other 2. He's not touching the ball. The Chargers only kicked a field goal, so that's good news, I suppose, if you're the Dolphins.
Yes, absolutely.
And the Raiders...
Makes a very entertaining little
The Raiders win? There's a minute 16. The clock is running. It's 2nd and 12. Yeah, Raiders win. Raiders beat the Broncos by 1.
Nice.
Hot start. Hot start for all of our loser teams in the win total draft.
I mean, how arrogant is Sean Payton to start the season with an onside kick, the thing he's most famous for, starting a half with an onside kick. It fails tremendously, and his team loses the game. And the Raiders, use that field position early on, and it's a 1-point game. Really good coaching from Sean Payton. That was really well done.
I don't believe they scored on that first drive. Did they?
I don't know, but it changed field position completely.
Didn't the Broncos score first?
No, the Raiders scored first.
No, Raiders scored first.
Did they score first?
The first score, it was the Myers touchdown.
I have no problem with that play, honestly.
They should have got it. They had it.
They had an amazing opportunity to just pick up the ball and have the ball. I don't know. I feel like you want to put your stamp. You want to kind of say like, hey, this is how we're doing things now. I have no problem with coaches trying to be aggressive, especially when it comes to possibly getting a possession versus field position.
They put their stamp on it. Loss. See you next week. Loss.
Oh, that's a new one.
Oh, is it going to be? Oh, yeah. Sean Payton is next. Tim is really trying to angle Sean Payton to be his biggest rival for the season. Because Jeff's is already over. It's DeMar Hologramlin.
Uh, 'Cause, 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 'cause,
This guy's asking me if I'm going to jump on the Falcons bandwagon. I think I'm going to pump the brakes a little bit here. Maybe complete a few passes. Ritter had more catches than Drake London.
Kyle Pitts had a catch. Drake London had no catches.
Don't get to play. Don't get to play every single week. The Carolina Panthers. So someone just fumbled in one of these games. I'm not sure exactly who it was because I can't watch 3 games at once while I'm trying to host the show. But, Garion, I did want to include a new segment in the show before we kick this off. It is the random moment of the day. Do you have any random moment of the day that really you enjoyed to no end?
Oh, yeah. I've got a great one. Because one, it was just really funny to see. I don't want to call it athletic feat, but in a game that was very lopsided and pretty uneventful in the second half, 49ers Steelers, at one point, Brock Purdy fumbled the ball, but then was able to recover it by laying on top of it and closing it behind his back.
Oh yeah.
So at that point,
because Tim said that he's like, oh, JJ Watt's got to get them back in this game. Strip, fumble, sack, touchdown, and then he was all pumped because it was a strip, sack, fumble, but Pittsburgh didn't get it. Brock Purdy, according like you said, great play.
Yeah.
But at the time, he had more fumble recoveries with his back, one, than the Steelers had total net yards on offense, -3.
Oof.
I mean, we're gonna talk A-block stories here, but very quickly. Panic for Pickett?
I don't know if it's panic.
Kenny Picks?
That was a really bad performance in your first outing when they were sort of a darling for a lot of people, myself included, who thought Pittsburgh was going to play well today. And they just didn't show up at home. They didn't look ready for the game, which surprised me. I thought they'd be well coached. It was sloppy. It was a bad performance. San Francisco just ripped them apart.
Maybe San Francisco just happens to be very
well.
good.
The Niners are very good, but
not as good as the Rams. This we know, but
the Rams are good.
That's what I was going to say. I think if it's any other team, you'd probably be panicking if you're holding some Steelers tickets. But I think San Francisco's the one team, and specifically the one defense, where I'd go, all right, you looked bad. That's probably just matchup more than anything else. I mean, I will say I'm not as high on the Steelers offense as everyone was for the last couple of weeks. Kenny Pickett had a couple nice games in the last half of the season, but the Steelers had a pretty advantageous schedule down the stretch. And then preseason. So I'm not even sure who they play next week, but you're going to want to see a massive bounce back.
Yeah, we can't look yet because we have to guess the lines a little bit later on. It was Jalen Hurts who fumbled, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but Mac Jones just got sacked. It's going to be 3rd and long for them. Although the Dolphins just ran their play that they run for a lot of yards.
The little slant to Hill.
Just throw it downfield to Tyreek Hill. Wide open again.
Oh, it's an effective play.
Yeah.
You're telling me I don't have to sweat this 3rd and 10?
No, it's caught.
They could just throw into triple coverage to Smythe again and again and again.
And
they love throwing to Smythe and Craycraft.
The Patriots are now 4th and 12, but they do have their full complement of timeouts with 2:24 left. Random moment of the day from, the two of us are together on this.
Yes.
I will throw out the Geno Smith. It's been circulating all around the internet.
Amazing.
If you have not seen the Geno Smith, it'd be like me playing quarterback. Take 3 steps back, look in front of me, and Aaron Donald is running back. Oh my God! Just throw the ball away. It's a very human moment from Geno Smith. But number one, if you do have anything, Dolphins, anything that you can do to go back and, I don't know how much of the Arizona-Washington game that you really want to go back and watch. However, there's a part, I want to say it's in the late first quarter. No, it was very early in the first quarter.
Okay.
And Rondell Moore catches a 18-yard completion down the sidelines, and he's at the 25-yard line with 5 guys in front of him. He just starts high-stepping.
That's great.
Boom.
There's no chance to score. He's celebrating with high steps, and he gets knocked out at the 15. What are you doing?
It was amazing.
Oh, my goodness. What a moment.
Then all the turnovers, and that we couldn't follow what was going because the Saints and Titans game was on the smallest TV that we have up in the corner. No one was exclusively focused on that game, but every time we for some reason we don't know what happened, but there was 9 seconds gone in the game. Well, the other games were just finishing the first quarter. What is happening?
Made no
here?
sense.
And every time that you looked, it was just a turnover.
No one will admit it because it was week 1, and we're all so happy to have football back.
So bad.
And the whole point of football, this is what's the problem with Thursday night games is it's one isolated game between bad teams where when you have 8 terrible games happening simultaneously, you're still oh man, football, stuff's happening. That was awful. That might be the worst set of 1 p.m. games we get all season.
Yeah, I mean, the best game was the Buccaneers and the Vikings, and that was not a well-played game.
The Colts-Jags may have been the best game. Phony Tony got hurt at the end, but I think he's okay.
They looked good. They looked decent.
They looked okay.
That might be the second most disappointing fantasy moment from a rookie so far this week in terms of not making the end zone on a clear play where you should make the end zone. I mean, he had one, and then obviously
Jahmyr
we had
Gibbs
Jahmyr Gibbs in Thursday Night Football just tripping over his own feet instead of scoring a touchdown.
Awful.
The Patriots still seem to have the ball, so that's probably, although Hunter Henry looks very sad. Oh, no, they turned the ball over on downs with 2:17 left. They do have the full complement of timeouts. However,
bye-bye. See you next week.
Thomas W. in the chat says that Tony ain't phony anymore. He's real Richardson. It doesn't matter if he's good or bad. Phony Tony's just a great name.
It is. There is a phony Tony. His name is Kadarius Tony.
That's true.
He's the real phony.
So he's no longer Hunky Tony?
No, I need to get a new job because I'm going to get cut, Tony.
The move should just be bet against the Washington Commanders every single week. Although I got real panicky for about 10 seconds at the end of that game when things looked like it was looking so good. It actually looked like Arizona was going to win that game for a very long time. But it's like, oh, they're up 6. No. Even if Washington scores a touchdown, we'll be fine.
We had to have a therapy session with Patrick as he verbalized all the various ways that could go wrong here.
And I don't know who it was who ended up catching that punt. I think it was the human Dortch.
Yes.
And I was like, if he runs back and takes a safety, that's fine. Then they lose by 6. But I thought he was going to fumble at the 1 yard line.
They're going to start the lateral playing.
But then I thought Washington was going to try to kick a field goal to push the spread.
Yes.
Then I was going to be pissed. We should probably just talk about Baker and how great Baker is.
I don't know how great he was. He played fine.
He played once they
against one of the worst defenses last year in football.
Once they limited him to throwing 2-yard passes,
which worked.
He's going to be fine. Oh, drop in the end zone from Craycraft.
Oh,
no, he's reliable.
No, it just.
I'm still in a commercial break.
It just hit his hands and fell down. That's no.
It's his second drop of the game already.
Did you lose Gary? Oh, did your earpiece fall out already?
Yes, my earpiece is.
Should I say Craycraft?
I don't know.
I mean, for someone who can do a cartwheel, you should be able to bend down and pick a. Actually, moment of the day, Garion, was
I
Tim.
got it back. I got it back.
You got it back? Was Tim claiming that if he broke his hip, we could just load him into the car and drive him to the hospital?
I thought that if you break your, I don't want to go to an ambulance.
Well, he was saying that he hopes Tua breaks his hip.
I did not say that. I said if my hip ever got broken, I would hope that I could get myself into the car and someone could drive me. Rather than
wait, you thought you could hobble into the car on a broken hip?
That's what I was. Yes.
Because I was also saying that the odds of people being able to pick you up and carry you, it's a real awkward kind of situation.
It is.
You don't want to re-injure or hurt the hip even worse.
See, this is all far more sensible than I was being.
Yes, and then even the 4 of us in the room, if there's one person who goes down in this living room that we're not picking up and getting into a car, it's going to be Tim.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
With his broken hip too. Ow, 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 ow. You'd be like the lady who was stomping on the grapes. Ow, ow, ow.
Now, people have seen that, haven't they?
I mean, people of a certain age have seen that because that was one of the first viral clips. Oh my God!
What happened?
Did they drop a pass?
If there was a play you needed to run to score a touchdown and you're the Dolphins, what play would you run?
Tyreek Hill.
That would be the play. Touchdown Dolphins! Sorry, Garion. I ruined it for you. It's real nice.
If it's good news, it's not that bad. I'm not sure how I'm going to handle this last drive.
Yeah, I will.
How is Jeffrey handling this game?
Well, this is why Jeff's not on week 1. He can't. He has to be an early game for the Chargers, or a Monday night game, or a Thursday night game. It is not. Yes, Paul.
I love how this game could come down to Staley not waiting to call a timeout at the end of the first half. What a bonehead move, leaving 12 seconds on the clock.
Did they miss the extra point? They did miss. I
would maybe take it. Did they miss the extra point?
They missed the extra point.
Oh, it's all right. Chargers are going to miss a field goal.
Yeah,
Chargers
miss
always
a field goal on the line.
No, this thing's a change. They're going to hit the game-winning special teams touchdown.
Oh, I hate Jason Sanders so much.
So I believe
it's so funny because all I'm seeing right now is the touchdown, and everyone's happy. Oh.
All right. Well, the Rams game is final. They win 30-13. The fraudulent Seahawks.
Well, the Rams and Seahawks have the same sort of relationship that the Bengals and Browns have, in that one is just an exceptionally good matchup and bad matchup for the other. So, and both went to form this week. So we need another week at least before we can evaluate that.
It is 4th and 2 for Philly at the New England 44 right now.
They'll probably go
I
for it,
don't know.
try to cement the game.
It's in commercial. We're behind right now, and obviously people watching this are behind. The Green Bay Chicago game's still going on.
38-20.
I had a late swap, Gary, and I was trying to get a King of the Beach seat, and I was in second place going into the late games. And I knew the guy in front of me had Mostert, and I had Mostert, and I was like, who can I flop onto here at running back? I was like, I know, Khalil Herbert. He sucks. Sucks so much. Rochambeau Johnson got their touchdown. Herbert has a 2-point conversion. That's about it. I wish I had enough money for Aaron Jones. What a game from that guy.
Is he
Yeah, he's
back?
had a great game.
No, I think everyone just says, someone pointed out that hamstring issues are the new COVID. That you're just out for weeks if you have a hamstring problem. Everyone's catching it.
Okay.
So he has a hamstring problem, so he's probably going to be gone for a few weeks.
Yeah, he didn't come back.
No, it's not like J.K. Dobbins, who had Achilles injury out for Sunday, and then it turned out he's out for the season.
Nah, that guy cannot catch a break.
Fantasy-wise, Gary, would you rather have Gus Bus or Justice Hill?
Probably Justice Hill. I feel like he's the more explosive runner. I don't necessarily think, he's going to get all of the goal line carries as he got in this game. I even think Gus Edwards might have gotten one late. But it seemed like he did have a little bit more of the workload. It's just a tough situation to begin with because you're already in a spot where Lamar is going to be pilfering so many of those goal line looks for himself, although who knows, maybe that decreases the older he gets every single season. But yeah, I'd lean Justice.
Philly went for it on 4th and 2. Christian Gonzalez broke it up. Super Rook making super plays. Midfield for the Patriots, down 5.
Oh, dear.
Although someone in the chat claimed they got that it's the Eagles -6 was the line. I don't know what sportsbook you're betting now. You're getting bad lines if you're taking Eagles -6.
Well, maybe you got it like plus 180 or something.
Oh, yeah, maybe he's playing alt lines, or
Yes.
maybe he's Cam. You got Patriots +6. Trust me on it. This book, trust me, man.
This week when you guys he asked whatever, and you're like, it's been this the whole week. Poor guy. I think he won his bet, didn't he? So
we all won our gold bets.
That's
both
fantastic.
They had Green Bay. I had Arizona, and I think Rob had Vegas.
excellent.
So boom, gold pick, sweeping the board. We all hit our super locks.
We
too.
did.
It's a new year. Can't lose, except for every other pick.
Did anyone lose in Survivor?
No one picked Minnesota.
Or
Okay.
the Chiefs.
I don't think anyone was picking the Chiefs. It was
I
basically Baltimore, Washington, and Minnesota were
Makes
the 3
sense.
picks. Unless someone picked the Chargers.
Be aggressive.
They're currently losing. A lot of people, for a while, a lot of people had picked the Jags, and it looked like the Colts might upset them.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
It was weird. The Jags scored 31 points. And outside of Ridley, it felt like ETN had the nice touchdown
Yes.
run, but it just didn't feel like they did all that
No,
much.
it didn't. And I know that they play Kansas City next week. I'm very much looking forward to that game. Because I feel like if the Jags play their best, if Kelsey's not ready to go, I think the Chiefs are in very difficult.
Well, let's program the A block. This is always my favorite part of the show. So we're programming PTI tomorrow, Garion.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to come up with the lead 4 stories from the NFL this weekend. Obviously, Sunday Night Football has not occurred as of this recording, as we'll find out who's not going to score the first touchdown in Sunday Night Football in just a little bit. What do you think is the biggest story coming out of this weekend? Do you think it's going to be this Tua Herbert, if Tua wins, Tua comeback?
I feel like the Tua Herbert thing has always got some play, but if I'm being honest, and I'm not just playing to Tim here, I still think going into tomorrow, the top story, the A block story, is going to be a Monday Night Football preview.
Well, yeah,
I still think it's Buffalo and the Jets.
That hasn't happened.
No, and the Cowboys-Giants game will
Yeah.
almost certainly be one, too.
But
Yeah.
from the games
But
that
I'm
we
just
saw
saying,
today.
I honestly,
San Francisco,
but-
Pittsburgh.
Oh.
but that's the thing. That game sucked.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
there was
really
a lot
think
of
there's
hype
been
around.
that many good games today.
There was
or
a lot
that many
of
impactful games.
There was a lot of hype around that game, though, right? The Steelers are burgeoning. The 49ers, Brock Purdy, what have they got? And it was...
You're right. That's going to be, I would say that is the default answer, but I don't know. I feel like that's not even that inspiring a storyline to be
Second
perfectly
one
honest.
is Jordan Love. How much do the Packers really miss Aaron Rodgers? Jordan Love and the Packers go on the road, those underdogs, and they rip Chicago apart.
Is
Yeah.
Justin
Bears
Fields a starting quarterback?
overreaction.
Yeah, you can pivot to the Justin Fields story as well as the Jordan Love story. That would be another one, I think. Oh, Garion is celebrating.
It is-
Something must have happened.
It's 3rd and 30 for the Chargers right now.
Well, I did see in the TikTok that they had an intentional grounding at one
The
point.
TikTok?
They did?
No, not like the app.
The
like
TikTok.
No, like
Oh.
the.
Well, it's not over. I'll say that much.
Oh, God. God damn it.
And Mac Jones is currently coming down too. So you think that Love? I'm trying to think of the other ones. I actually do think Cust or not Cust, I guess is a game we can play too.
Okay.
Pittsburgh, secret Cust or not really Cust?
Not really Cust.
I think they might actually be Cust.
Bad game, great opponent.
I think they're just an average team.
I'm
like,
willing-
the AFC is so good, and I think they're just average. I think they're like the 11th best team in the AFC.
I think they're better than that. I'm going to suspend some judgment until we see him again in another
That's because
game.
you picked them to go to the AFC
I
Championship.
did.
game.
I got overhyped about them, but it was one game, and it's against a team a lot of people have going to the Super Bowl in the NFC. So
Okay. The Bengals, Cust or not Cust?
I think Burrow's not 100%. He didn't look right. The weather was bad. That offense looked completely disjointed. Until he's 100%, they're bad.
I don't know who they're playing next week, Garion, but
Ravens.
I think they're going to be my super lock. I don't care who they're playing.
Baltimore.
And remember, they did this last season too. They started 0-2.
They
And
sure
everyone was like, oh man, we gave them too much credit last year, blah, 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 blah. I think Tim's right. This is a perfect storm scenario. Division game. Oh God, I don't like how you're watching this.
I'm also watching the Patriots game at the same time.
Okay, fair.
Where are you at in the Chargers game, by the way? The Dolphins Chargers.
We are, I think they just called a timeout and it's 4th and 13.
Okay.
Yeah, I think weather conditions,
happens.
the fact that Burrow didn't get to play in the preseason, you kind of write this one off for the Bengals. It's fine.
I think it's one of these things too, where you kind of pointed it out, like I mean, I made this mistake. I made the Bengals one of my better picks this week, but just the Browns being able to match up against the Bengals every time they play them is something I should probably look into.
Rob made that point on your show that styles
Yeah.
make fights, and that's a real thing to look at in the NFL.
Although,
And
God,
so-
Watson still looked terrible in that.
He did.
Oh, awful. You don't come out of that game feeling anything positive about the Browns, in my opinion.
I lost my stream for a second.
Yes! That's the face that I made. Did it go blue on you for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah, it happened to me too. I was like, what happened?
You know who else probably didn't react well when it went blue?
Oh, God.
Well, that's when they faked the game. That was the slip.
Yeah, that's when they spliced in the false footage.
Oh, 4th and 11. The Patriots get it. They're still alive.
wow.
They threw it to whoever 80 is on the Patriots.
I guess I can turn on this game now.
Yeah, too many weird numbers, by the way.
Congratulations, by the way, Garion, on that win. I didn't think you'd get it. Obviously, your defense is terrible.
You know what's funny is
Makes next week's
they
game-
specifically designed this defense, or they specifically went after Fangio and built this defense to be like, we don't want to be the like all or nothing team anymore. We don't want to be the team that, oh yeah, we sacked him 3 times and sometimes it was important and in key spots, so we won. We just want to be the team that only gives up 21 points. But this was a classic 2021 Dolphins defense game. But
Well,
hey, their offense is really good.
next week.
Oh,
you
is
have-
this not a catch for the Patriots? It doesn't look like you got both feet in.
Next week you have the Patriots on Sunday night, Garion.
The,
So
the Eagles say it's not a catch.
Shocking.
And I would tend to believe them on this.
Well,
Jalen Hurts also says not a catch, although I don't know about his vantage point. He's just saying no catch.
what's Tommy saying up in the booth?
I don't know. Tommy, hey, did you see any pictures of Tom Brady today, Garion?
Yeah, I saw him like ringing the bell and all that kind of stuff.
He looked gaunt at points last year. Now he just looks like he was real happy when he was giving this halftime interview. He looks like a guy that kicked heroin 3 months ago.
Incomplete.
It's incomplete?
Yep.
Wow. Eagles cover.
Bye, Patriots. See you next week. Bye-bye. See you next week. Although I kind of like their chances next week because,
I was just about to ask you. I bet you're gonna like.
I kinda
the
like their
comeback
chances.
spot against the Dolphins.
I kind of think their defense will do a much better job strangling that Dolphins offense, and the Patriots matched up well against Philly. But what a shame to see them lose on Tom Brady Day. Aw, all the Sullys have to go home in the rain and watch the Red Sox also not make the playoffs. Bye-bye.
Red Sox game's already over, buddy.
Bye-bye. See.
He said not make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
You just have to live with that.
Bye-bye. See you next week. Losers.
What do you think? Remember when you called Tyreek Hill cooked and you said that Barrios was better than him?
I didn't say cooked.
You
And
did.
I didn't,
You did say cooked.
No, I
Gary-
didn't.
Who had a good game though?
Tyreek.
Braxton Berrios.
Except for when he caused Tua to throw that pick.
Yeah, it's his fault.
Tyreek, 11 catches, 215 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Tua, 28 of 45 for 466 and 3 touchdowns.
I can't wait to interrogate Mr. Feinberg on what that defense was doing. This star-studded Chargers defense gave up 500,000 points to Tua. What is going on?
Can I make a prediction?
Go ahead.
We should try this. We should try this for when the Chargers lose games. Who's going to be Jeff's most hated Charger heading into the week? J.C. Jackson, 100%. Because not only did he make that pass interference penalty at the end of the first half, when he got the interception off of the Braxton Berrios play, he ran it out of the end zone for some reason.
He did.
So stupid.
He was already blaming him on Twitter.
Oh, was he?
He said he was yelling at Jackson earlier.
Okay.
There we go.
So, quick takeaways. Let's try to think about some of these games. And, Gary, how much of the early games did you watch? Most of them?
Yeah, all of them.
Okay. So, yeah, we'll do some quick takeaways here. Because I started to talk about, Baker and how great Baker was. Secret, not good. Like, the Tampa Bay D is actually good.
They seem like
by
it.
the way. They can get fresh. That or the Minnesota.
Except they can't cover Justin Jefferson.
Did Devin White come back into that game? I saw him leave. I didn't ever notice if he came back or not.
I saw Levante David go down for a second, but I was kind of like jumping around to everything. Minnesota just couldn't score.
Nope.
Like they moved the ball at will and could not get into the end zone.
Absolutely right.
And then they kept turning it over. But they didn't ask.
Yeah, I was going to say I'd like 50-50 Tampa give credit for that, and also just say Minnesota just was awful in terms of execution today.
Definitely.
Houston and Baltimore, Lamar kind of sucked.
He did not play well. No.
And they crushed again. That is honest to God, the freest money on the board every single year is Ravens against whatever shit team they play in week 1, and it makes them seem like they're really good. Like I just feel like they're going to get waxed.
I agree. And they're always a good matchup.
Throwing the ball.
What's that?
The Bengals are a good matchup for them. Like the Bengals play them well. They play the Bengals next week. So yeah, I kind of would lean towards. But if Burrow's still like hobbling, I think the Bengals are dead on arrival till he's better.
Carolina and Atlanta. I watched a bunch of C.J. Stroud. Bryce Young looked worse.
Bryce Young made that one pass. It was like, oh my goodness. Yeah. Do you know what color team you're playing for?
In the NFL, the defenders are going to pick that one off, Bryce.
Oh boy.
I guess it's
listen. It was what Jesse Bates basically baited him into 2 identical interceptions.
Yes.
It was pretty bad.
Was not good.
Maybe he'll be like Carolina. I mean, it's not looking good for them. Like they don't have their first round pick.
Nope. And they're bad.
And maybe okay. Who do you think who's the most fraudulent winner this week? Washington, Tampa, or the Rams?
Tampa.
I think you got to put Atlanta on there too.
Atlanta, yeah.
Tampa.
I think it's Washington. Like
it's Washington. Washington might be one of the 5 worst teams in football.
Yeah, but everyone kind of knows Washington's not very good.
Yeah, but everyone.
I don't think anybody comes away from that game thinking, "Oh, Washington, watch out for the Commanders."
But they ended up getting a win. Like no one is saying the Bucs. Like everyone just assumed the Bucs were going to be terrible. Maybe they're just as
the Bucs could have won Week 1 and then lose the next 11 games.
I don't know. Like
how do we feel about the Saints?
See, I don't think the Saints are that good.
I thought Carr looked okay. The defense was able to play effectively, but the Titans were very awful. I don't know. I don't know.
What is?
I take away from it.
One of the major fantasy storylines heading into this season was, hey, if you're someone who doesn't want to have to go on the waiver wire every single week and dumpster dive for a defense, just pick up Saints D because they never play a quarterback for the entirety of the season. So is this going to be one of those weird years where the Saints go 10-7, win the division, and are probably favored in a home game in the first round of the playoffs, then just get absolutely destroyed because they play a real team?
Yeah, they could be last year's Vikings.
Yeah, that's a good comparison, actually.
I will say that what I took away from it was in that game was that the hype on Tennessee is I think overdone hype. Tennessee is in some trouble. A lot of people were sort of they were sort of a trendy divisional pick, trying to pivot off Jacksonville.
I mean, I picked Tennessee. I mean, the Jags didn't show me anything.
No, but the Titans showed me quite a bit.
Sure.
They don't have it.
I mean, Tannehill missed one throw that won the game. Chig was they did the double reverse flea flicker back to Tannehill. Chig was on the outside. He was wide open, and Tannehill just overthrew.
He did.
It was a 60-yard touchdown.
But it's not like he just missed that throw.
He had 3
he was a bad
throw. It was 13 for 33 with 3 interceptions.
He cost them the game.
Carr also looked bad, to be fair.
That too.
So. Yeah, they're going to make some big plays because Shaheed is so fast.
Yeah.
Once Kamara gets back into their backfield, like Jamal Williams is fine and everything, but it kind of shows why he's Jamal Williams.
I agree.
Like he's fine as the second punch or the third punch or a goal line guy. They had no stability in the back. I mean, they limited Derrick Henry on the ground pretty well.
Yeah. No, they played good D. They're a solid team.
And Michael
like the
Thomas
Saints.
looked all right.
In the first
He looked
half, he was
healthy.
like alive. So I don't know what he did much in the second half, but
Got like 2 passes in the second.
Yeah.
I mean, but still, he looked healthy. He looked the best he's looked in 2 years.
Okay, so Raiders defense better than we thought, or Broncos offense worse than we thought?
I'm a bad person to ask this.
I'll ask
because
it Gary and then.
I have strong opinions on both teams.
I'm going to go with, well, how good do we think the Broncos offense was going to be? I still figured they were a bottom 16 offense, no?
Yeah, but they
Even
were
with
like,
Sean Payton?
Yeah, they were like bad. Like they were amongst the worst in football last year.
I mean,
They were down Jerry
look,
Jeudy.
they'll probably get Judy back next week. That'll help.
Sure.
But I just don't think Russell Wilson's a good quarterback at this point in his career. I don't think it matters who you make the coach.
We also learned that for some reason, and we didn't know this, that the Raiders have won like 1 million straight games against Denver.
Yeah, that is true.
We
They
had
now
no
won
clue.
7 in a row.
We had
against
no
Denver.
clue
Oh,
that was true.
The prize is here. Don't walk in front of the camera. We have a special treat for Tim Anderson today.
What?
Ooh.
What
But is that like a week 1 lesson maybe where
is it?
We got some
You really
Mozza
shouldn't
sticks and we got an
overreact.
air fryer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. my goodness.
Here we go. Where can we plug this in? Butts, can you plug this in over here, please? You find a plug. Just don't short circuit the entire studio.
We're doing props?
Well, we're gonna make
I didn't
some.
know we were having a dinner party because clearly that's what you bring a box of frozen mozzarella sticks to.
Oh, and then the St. Hubert ones, which are so
I
good.
got the ones you like.
Oh, they're so good. Well, any St. Hubert one's going to taste delicious.
There should be plugs over there. Do you unplug the printer or something like that? Just don't unplug the lights.
I was going to say, though, like Tim,
Just down here.
probably shouldn't overreact to week 1 results anyway, right?
No, don't unplug that.
No,
That's
I
running
agree.
the-
By and large, you shouldn't overreact.
Should we
You
just
can unplug-
almost...
I'll come over and help you.
Yeah, Paul will come over and help you with the air fryer.
You know, I think you have to be measured, but I think it's also
But,
dumb.
but I was going to say, like, that's like a standard rule. And then maybe we should double the intensity of that rule when it's a divisional game in week 1. Because like you said, sometimes it's just like the Browns match up well with the Bengals.
Yes.
The Raiders match up well with the Broncos. It's just something that happens.
I agree with all of that.
You guys pumped for Tua or what?
Oh yeah, MVP Tua.
MVP Tua?
Passing leader in the league.
He wasn't impressed.
Did you see the throw?
Man,
No.
I've heard all the
No.
Dolphins fans Tim knows think Tua's winning MVP this season.
All the Dolphins fans just walked in after celebrating they had a victory sig for Tua.
Oh,
Oh, you didn't? Well, you didn't. Well, yeah, you're a Chargers fan. That's
I know
why.
that my father's watching the game on tape delay, so I'm just dreading the text message that will come
Put
into
it,
me
put
at
it
like
in for 5,
11:30.
and then flip it, and then put it in for another 4, and we should be good to go. How long does it usually take you to make Mozza sticks, pal?
Whatever it says on the box for the oven.
No, you microwave. Don't lie.
I have in the past, but that's,
Oh,
I have.
Microwave.
No, you never.
oh, don't put them in the microwave. Ugh.
I've eaten them frozen once before.
You've eaten them frozen
No, wait,
before?
what?
Once. Sorry, I did it once.
How did that go?
It
How
was
did you not break your teeth?
well. It was during a power. It was during a power outage. And
You had to have Mozza sticks, and
And
you
I was-
ate them frozen?
I was hungry, and like the fridge had been off for a few hours, so like I ate the frozen matzo sticks. I only did it once. They weren't that great.
They were
Like,
not
suck on
that.
'em
They
like
were
a
not
popsicle?
that great.
They weren't that great. I didn't do it again, but I've done it.
Ugh.
Sorry,
Real low rent, bud.
Oh man, that
I'm not
might,
proud of it.
That might like sweep the Custies.
Oh please.
You may not be allowed to have like any food takes on this show anymore after saying that. Nobody in this room, nobody that I know would ever be that desperate.
Whatever. I was there, and I was hungry, and whatever.
Oh, Sammy M in the chat says crazy person of the year locked up.
Oh, I hear that. so
Many
much.
people are saying it. Yeah, vote Tim.
Lock
Oh
him up.
no, you stumbled into something here.
All I have to do, folks, is just to rehearse the various things that Jeffrey Feinberg Esquire has been saying, and I'll win.
Grant says that's worse than when Garion had to eat the raw Vienna sausages
Well, that was
yeah.
while wearing the Trump hat.
Honestly, eating the sausages weren't the worst part. It was drinking the wiener water.
It's called wiener juice, all right? And
I like alliteration.
according to my grandfather, the wiener juice, the best part.
Ah!
You gotta shoot that shit back from the Vienna sausages.
I know exactly what game I lost the bet on to have to do that too. It was a Packers Vikings Sunday night football game that I took the Packers in.
Was that the one that Cordarrelle Patterson took back for a touchdown to start the game?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah.
Sammy M says, the same guy, Jeff could talk for 1 straight hour about how Hamlin is a clone, and I'd still vote for Tim.
Okay, well then this person's just not a then this person was never going to vote for me then.
Now, we do have someone here in a Lamar Jackson jersey. He sucks, though. Horrible. That's all I've been hearing all day. I sat next to someone who just said Lamar sucks all day.
I like Lamar. Lamar did not play well today. Those two things are both true.
It didn't look like he threw a full pass.
No,
he
was
like I don't know if he just wasn't mentally checked in. I don't know. It was a weird game.
He was sloppy with the ball. It was not good football. And they still won. Well, they're playing the worst team in the NFL. Or the second worst. But, like, yeah.
This, I can't get over this frozen mozzarella stick thing.
Why? It's just one time.
It's like when you dump the hard bacon bits into a bowl and ate them with a spoon.
Well, whatever.
Oh, Tim.
It happens. Happened one time.
You didn't have the foresight to
Have you
know
ever
that it
eaten
would be
Crisco?
horrible.
Well, I was hungry. Whatever.
You
Tim?
had-
There was no power. It's not like I could, like, put him in the oven. It was a power outage.
Tim, have you ever just eaten like shortening or butter, just like straight?
Am I what?
Have you ever had a stick of butter?
No, I don't particularly like butter that much.
Okay.
Do you ever have a fingerful of margarine?
No, and I don't like. I mean, I like margarine better than butter.
Like
but I don't really,
instead of sitting down like today, we had guacamole with some chips, or you can have like pico
Yeah.
with some chips. You just do that with margarine?
no, absolutely not.
Sure?
I'm not a huge lover of butter at all, and margarine sparingly. Like I'm just not a huge lover of those things.
As someone has pointed
Have
out,
you guys noticed just something I'm picking up on right now? Sorry to interrupt, but Luke Wilson has cut his hair and is now just rocking a mullet.
We
on
talked
TSN
about this.
set.
we talked
talked
about
about
this
this.
earlier. He looks less like an addict
Yes.
now. Now he just looks like a supporter of Busch beer.
We were very impressed with the TSN studio.
Tim thought it was real.
Well, he looks less like an addict and now someone who is like the sponsor of a current addict.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
He's like
Just-
that guy in The Wire who had the worst comb over of all time.
Oh, who was Bubbles' sponsor?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see the, I don't want to say, not everyone should play at DraftKings Sportsbook. Everyone should be doing that. This studio that they had on TV was the blank other company studio. Did you see this, Garion, on TSN?
No, I didn't.
It's a virtual studio. Very clearly a virtual studio, and Cust thought it was real. He's like, that's a really big studio.
I
And
did.
It's like, it has like digital chairs from 1982 in the background.
Tim, do you think the Fox robot is real?
Yes, Garion.
But we don't know at this point. Who's not scoring the first touchdown on Sunday Night Football?
Giants, Cowboys. I don't know. Brandon Cooks. Won't be him.
You already just claimed that Darren Waller wasn't doing shit tonight.
No, I like Darren Waller. You were the one who was saying bad things about Darren Waller.
Yanni, you're sitting right there.
I wasn't criticizing Darren Waller.
He asked you who he should play in fantasy, Gerald Everett or Darren Waller, and you told him Gerald Everett.
Because he said Waller was going to be hurt or not, he might not even play. And I said, in that instance, if there's a risk,
It's
you
the
should
same day. This happened 2 hours ago.
smell those.
Oh, they're done. You can smell them, huh?
You can smell them. You like rose up like a cartoon skunk.
Overcooked by 10 standards.
Okay. You know what? I shouldn't have said anything. I regret immediately.
Someone is telling me to go look at Acho's tweets.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I can read them.
Do you have them pulled up?
Let me find them.
Oh, I got one right
Herbert
here.
didn't play badly today, though.
Acho just says, popular opinion is just that, opinion, not fact. I've said it before, I'll say it again. If given the choice, I'm taking Tua. Fins up.
Fins up.
To whom it may concern, Tua, 466 and 3 touchdowns, 1 INT, 1 win. Justin Herbert, 228, 1 touchdown, 1 loss. Dolphins win, baby. Fins up. Tua with the game on the line, 5 for 7, 71 yards and a touchdown. Justin Herbert, down 2 with the game on the line. Grounding, sack, short pass, sack, game over. Fins up.
Oh, my goodness.
Were you
I don't know, I think we
ghostwriting
still
his
have to
tweets?
investigate
Just wanna
the
note
blue
that this-
screen and the possible
note
splicing.
Yes, it's week 1, but the entire panel took a strip off me for picking the Raiders. If you had left the Raiders to the end, I was told, they would still have been there. They are the solo leader in the AFC West after 1 week.
They are. That's true. You're going to hang your hat on that?
Yes, I am, because I probably won't have to be able to say that very many more times.
But you didn't take the the Patriots lost. You could have taken Jeff's Raiders versus Patriots bet.
Again, the credit I will get when that is right is worth it to me. Money comes and money goes, but credit exists. Jeff.
That's eternal. Can
Can
never be taken away from you.
Jeff criticizing my take that the Raiders are better than the Patriots. Did he pick Wyndham Clark to win the U.S. Open? I don't think so.
Oh, no. He did pick Danny Willett to win the Masters at 150 to 1.
He did, but he wasn't alone in that.
No, because I was also on him with that.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I wasn't.
Anything else that you
Poor
have?
Garion. That must have been a tough day in the office.
That was a real tough day for me.
That's like the live embodiment of that SpongeBob meme where everyone is out partying and you're just looking through the window.
It really was. And I was so broke.
Legitimately everyone else in the office won that bet besides Garion.
That's
I
basically.
got home and Eric was standing like an inch from the television just screaming Danny at it.
Now,
No.
in fairness, Eric does that for every sporting event, like when he was watching the
this is
Women's
true.
World Cup that time. And I
No,
told
it
him
was the bronze medal game of the Olympics in 2012 that the women
Finish them!
And then you yelled at him and said, "Stop that! You don't get to tell me who to cheer for." To be fair, he was working like 16-hour days covering the London Olympics at like crazy hours.
So you think that Brendan Cooks is not scoring the first touchdown?
Yeah,
according to you.
that's what I'll go with.
So what are we gonna? What are the odds on that at DraftKings Sportsbook, Gary?
Let me see. I'm gonna say 14 to 1, probably something in that range.
I'm not gonna lie, DraftKings not helping us out a whole lot with these first touchdown bets and the odds. I think they know that the people like betting the first touchdown market now.
I'll tell you right now,
especially for the primetime games.
Diggs is not scoring at all tomorrow night.
So Diggs anytime touchdown.
Sauce is locking him down.
What's Diggs' 2 touchdowns gonna have? 2 TDs, Yan? Steph Diggs?
Yeah, I like it right now.
Like it right now. Brendan Cooks is 15 to 1 first touchdown.
There we go.
Let's play it. The official pick of the Pat Mayo experience for Sunday Night Football. You're really eyeing those.
Well, these things are supposed to be the fastest thing on earth. These
That's why I asked you. How long does it normally take you to make?
It takes time when you
Paul,
cook
how long
them.
did you put them on for?
I put them on for 5 minutes per side. I flip them over like this. We're dealing with someone who eats them raw. Like this is
First, they were not
it takes
raw.
time
They
for
were
food to be
frozen.
cooked, Tim.
Learn the difference.
This is normal.
Secondly, they'd already thawed a little because there was no power for like 4 or 5 hours.
How many did you eat before you decided it was too
How many
disgusting?
did you eat?
Half a box.
Half a box.
Oh, God!
Oh, please. Like you haven't done something similar. Don't you judge me. Don't you judge me.
That's great.
All right, let's get to the week 2 lines here. So, Paul, you need to read us out the games. I will start.
I was going to say wait a second because it seems like the games are just loading in on DraftKings Sportsbook.
DraftKings got a.
They're being a little bit slower,
the
but
Mozza sticks done or what?
in the last 3 minutes they've been popping up. So I would say
You're right there. The machine must say.
it seems like a good patience, Tim. Patience, Tim.
Yeah, if you were to cook them, the whole point of this was they're faster than cooking them in the oven because you'd have to heat it up to 400.
Whatever.
it feels
You don't heat the oven up, do you?
I do now. I learned what preheating was.
picking the line seems like very good Mozza stick.
Mozza stick. Poor Gary.
yeah, fair.
Can we send him? I should have got you Uber Eats mozzarella sticks, so you could have eaten them with us.
It's okay. I'll vicariously eat them through Tim.
You and your very real wall behind you.
It's super real.
Very, very, very real.
Just
and
like
full
the
of bricks.
footage of Justin Herbert being sacked on 4th and 13. Very real.
Yeah, Yana, how did you guys react to that sack on the last play?
It went blue.
It went blue for us too.
I was not pleased.
And it cut back and he was on the ground.
I assume after that happened, remember when the people at Moe's realized that prohibition was in place and they were all passed out on the floor? I assume that's what happened to Mr. Feinberg.
Yeah, has anyone heard from Jeff?
No, it's been like 45 minutes.
I shouldn't be the one to message him either.
I sent him a message. I didn't hear anything back. Oh,
I assume he's at least 1.5 deep and Delicious is in. So
Well,
he bought it just so he can make up for the bag that he
he
killed
bought an extra one to make up for it. Yeah, 50.
That's true.
He was already anticipating sad. You're really high in those Mozza sticks.
They smell really good.
They do smell really good.
The studio is just. You guys could have, got yourself a little bit of marinara.
I don't
you.
really care for marinara that much.
There you go.
You guys do a weird thing out here with Mozza
Don't air
sticks.
sauce would be the way to go
People
with it.
do the.
Don't air sauce.
People do sour cream like at
They're
bars
probably
here.
hot. They just came
Find
out of the
that
air fryer.
Oh yeah, or
weird.
sour cream would be.
That's
a
like
legit
if you order it here in Nova Scotia, sour cream is like standard. It's weird.
Really?
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
very
It is the
strange.
standard dip. My God, this is hot.
It just finished. What do you think it was going to come out cold?
I don't know.
He's used to them being
all
ice
right,
cold.
all right. You just behave yourself now. You behave yourself.
All right, Paul, do we have it? Do we have the lines?
They seem like they were populating pretty quick.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
as of a
sounds
couple
good.
minutes ago, we had 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, we start now.
7.
By the time we get
only
to-
have 7 games.
All right, we got 7 right now. By the time we get to game 7,
All right.
we'll have more.
All right,
I'll start.
Thursday night football. We've got the Minnesota Vikings
Oh
at
my
the
God,
Philadelphia Eagles. You're right there, kid.
I did not anticipate we're still going.
I think it's Tim's turn first, so. Vikings at Eagles. Thursday night football.
You're still eating it.
Why would you put it in your mouth again?
Whoa.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Whoa. Oh, no. Don't get on your timbers. Don't tempt me, Tim.
Oh god.
It's so hot in here.
Oh my God. Okay.
So what's your pick?
I don't even know what the game was.
We got the Eagles. We got the Vikings at the Eagles. Thursday night football.
Eagles by 7.
Don't hit the table.
Right. Eagles by 7.
Nope.
All right, so it was Vikings at Eagles, and what did you say, 7?
Eagles by 7. Yeah.
Oh, no, I'll say Eagles by 4.
Nope.
Garion?
I'll say Eagles by 8.
Eagles by 7.5.
You guys split it. So 1 point each for you two. That was way low on that. Kind of like the Vikes. Thursday night. Next game, I'm up first.
Next game up, Pat. We've got the Colts at the Texans.
Colts at the Texans. Texans by 2.
Nope.
Colts by 1.
Correct. Ding, ding, ding. Winner. Gagnon.
Garion, off to a, you don't even get to pick. You just keep eating.
I'm surprised that's on the board.
You
Do
should
we know
get-
Richardson's okay?
Did we make rules for this year? Like, you should get, 2 points if you get it, bang on, right?
I mean, there are no rules.
Yeah, I guess so.
Loose rules to begin with.
Moving on down, we've got the Green Bay Packers at the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay. Packers by 2.5.
No, their win totals were like the same. I'm going to go Falcons by 1.5.
Nope. Pat.
Falcons by 2.5.
Packers by 1.
What did Garion say?
Close game.
2.5.
All right, we got the Seattle
who gets
Se-
that?
I get that, don't I?
I think I got that one.
I think Gary
was a
gets
point and a
that.
half off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We both took the Falcons.
Yeah, Falcons minus 1.5.
Seahawks at Lions.
Seahawks at Lions. Lions by. Well, this was a 5 game where I
Is it
went all
Garion's turn to go first?
Is it my turn to go first now?
No, it's Tim's turn.
It's your turn to go
I just went first.
Lions by 3.
Lions by 6.5.
Nope. Nope.
Wow. Lions by 4.
Lions by 4.5. Garion wins.
Garion is fucking running.
Feels
the
like
leagues.
everyone's just gonna just lay it on the
line up with
on
the
the
Lions.
Lions after seeing them beat the Chiefs.
I sucked at this game
Seahawks
last year,
look
too. This is
bad.
great.
It's kind of a weird one.
Garion's cheating.
Garion's definitely
Yeah,
Your turn.
definitely looking at the lines right now.
All right, it's my go.
All right, Pat, we've got Chicago Bears at the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Oh, God. Tampa's got to be favored. Chicago's so bad. Bucks by 3 is such an easy answer, but I won't take the easy answer. I won't do that. Bucks by 2.5.
Bang. Pat's cheating now.
That's a good guess.
We got
We're not
the-
giving Baker any cred.
No, but
There you go. No, Justin Fields is so sick.
No, but I'm just thinking-
MVP.
the Bears were a 7.5 win total. The Bears were 7.5. I'm surprised it wasn't actually more.
What do you mean?
Yes, the Buccaneers were like a 6.5.
Bucks were
win-
6.5.
Yeah, the Bears were 7.5. I feel like the Bears probably should be favored, or it should be like a pick at worst.
Justin Fields.
No.
Unless.
Well, like just based on the win total projection.
Well, that was in
It's
the
a
past.
1-win total difference. They're at home, so they're giving the Bears a half point.
Okay.
So it would be Garion's move first here.
All right, Garion. We got Raiders at Bills.
Okay.
Short week for the Bills. Unfair.
Bills by 9.
Nope.
Bills by 7.5.
Nope.
Bills by 10.
You and Garion chop it there. Bills by
9.5.
9.5.
Big number.
Yeah, that makes sense. We haven't seen the Bills. They're prohibitive.
Yeah, like after we curb stomp the Jets
How are they, by
tomorrow,
the way?
that'll
They're
that'll
actually
go
very
up.
good.
That'll go
Do you
up.
want one?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
We
let them
got
cool down.
who's up now? Is it Top Cat?
Yes, it is Top Cats go.
All right, we got the Ravens at the Bengals, AFC North.
Bengals by 1.
Nope.
Bengals by 2.5.
Nope.
I'll just say Bengals by 3.
Garion nails it.
Bengals by 3. And no, they give
All
him the
right,
full
now
credit.
I gotta do a quick refresh to see if any more games have loaded in here. Looks like there have been some more games loaded in. Did I skip over any of them? Are they in a new order here? Yes, they are in a new order. All right. So we got the LA Chargers at Tennessee. Jeff, big game for Jeff because he's got like a buddy who's like a Titans
Yeah,
fan. I
Late
believe.
Tall fan.
Yeah.
So is it me or Tim first?
I just went first.
Okay, so it's my turn
That's
first.
you.
Chargers at Titans. Chargers by 2.
Nope.
It's more.
Chargers by 3.
Boom. Garion nailing it. I don't think Garion can be caught up.
I don't think I have 2. Tim has 1, and Garion has 7.
It's over. Bye-bye.
Just like
I
that,
would have
Tim.
guessed 2 if I guessed first on that one, though.
Okay.
Thank you, Garion.
I think I did those.
Are they? How are they?
They're very good.
So would you say air fryer versus completely frozen?
What makes the St. Hubert ones the best, Tim? Like the breading?
The seasoning, the breading.
Okay.
Now, do you find that because the reason that we were trying to sell you on the air fryer was not only was it faster and cleaner, the cleanup is great. As Danny pointed out, you can just put it right in the dishwasher,
Yeah,
get it all cleaned up.
It's like 90% of a deep fryer.
Okay, and then what would the oven be? 50% of the deep fryer? Like you're not going to get that crisp in an oven, pal. Or it'll take you half an hour,
It would take
not
longer,
10 minutes.
Obviously.
Do you own a deep fryer?
No, I would. I
So
don't.
this is better than what you would own, correct?
And cheaper and faster. It sounds like you should own
You
an air
need one,
fryer.
Tim. I don't know your.
I'm shocked you
your
don't have one.
I don't know your cooking habits, but I can assume, based on like some
Eating
of the,
frozen mozzarella sticks.
eating frozen mozzarella sticks
In a
It's
dire
This would
situation.
be very helpful for you. You need one.
We got any more games, or is that all the games for next?
Oh, there's a bunch more.
Oh, let's hear some. Let's rapid fire.
Let's go. We've got the Chiefs at the Jags.
Garion, you're up.
Chiefs by 2.5.
Correct.
What?
Darian is looking at the
Man,
lines at
I'm
this
locked
point.
in.
To be fair, what I was going to guess, so that makes sense.
All right. I think now we move into like the afternoon. So it's weird. Chiefs at Jags is listed as a 3 p.m. game. That could be a mistake on DraftKings.
I think so.
It's a new time zone. They're playing in the middle of the ocean. It's
That
an
must
aircraft
be.
carrier game.
We got San Francisco at the Rams.
And it's you're up first.
Okay. San Francisco by 5.5.
Nope.
San Francisco by 7.
Boom. Pat nailed it. Who's up first now?
Me.
All right, Pat. We got the Giants at the Cardinals.
Ooh. And a lot of this number could move if the Giants either look really good tonight or really bad tonight. I will say Giants by 5.
Boom. Pat's heating up.
I don't think there's enough games for me to come back, unfortunately.
I don't know. 2 in a row is pretty dandy. I guess Garion's up next.
Oh, by the way, if you lost a lot of money today on the footballs, which, people do every single week, you can get into a draw for $500 very easily by rating, subscribing, and downloading the Pat Mayo Experience audio podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Tim is having another one for those trying to win their over-under bets in the chat. And if you do that, next on Friday's show, we'll be giving away a winner. If we get 100 new reviews, I'll be adding another $500 into it, so it could be 1,000. 200 new reviews, Cust. How much money am I giving away? Quick math on the spot.
I don't know. I wasn't listening. I was enjoying my Mozza stick. Not gonna lie. I wasn't listening.
It would be $1,500.
I wasn't listening.
But we need those audio reviews, so please go do them. Help out the show. Smash the like and
It's
sub
like
to the
that
channel.
turtle in Homer's head playing his shell. While
You're
were
even
talking.
cutting me off while I'm trying to give the people money.
Yeah. Okay.
He is in flavor country. Give that man a sig. Sig and mozzarella stick in a DC.
Sig-shaped foods are the best kinds of foods.
They really are. So where are we at here with the games?
We're in the 5 p.m. slate. We just did San Francisco. We did the Giants. All right, we're at the New York Jumbo Jets at the Cowboys.
So Garion, I believe this is your guess.
That is tough. I'll say Cowboys. Did I give the Jets a little credit? Cowboys by 2.5.
Nope.
Cowboys by 2.
Nope.
Cowboys by 3.
Boom.
Damn.
Here comes
Correct.
Pat.
3 in a row for Pat. He's
3
hitting
back.
Up.
I'm 3
He's
back.
hitting up.
We have 2 Monday night games and a Sunday night game.
There's 2 Monday night games? Fuck off.
There are. I know that for
Wait,
a fact.
next week?
There's a doubleheader the next 3
God.
weeks on Monday night.
Oh, right.
So Tim's up first on this one. Go ahead.
All right, we got Washington Commanders at the Denver Broncos.
That's a sadness game.
Denver by 3.
Nope.
Super Bowl.
Denver by 3.5.
Pat. Heater. 4 in a row.
Here
All
I
right.
come.
And it's coming back to him again, right? We got the Dolphins at the Patriots.
Patriots by 2.
Nope.
Dolphins are favored, aren't they?
Have to be.
Patriots by 1.
Nope.
Dolphins by 2.
Tim wins 2.5 Dolphins.
2.5 Dolphins. Wow.
Dolphins have to be the. I mean, they have to be the
2.5 or 2 correct guesses for Tim.
That was Sunday Night Football. Now we got the 2 Monday Night Football games, starting with the Saints at the Panthers.
Jesus.
What a
Garion,
Garbo game.
that's your pick, Garion?
Yeah. God. Saints by 2.5.
Garion nails it. Knocks it out of the
Game
park.
over. Garion wins. What's the last game?
And the last game is the Browns at the Steelers.
Steelers by 2.5.
No.
I think they give the Steelers the full 3.
Nope.
Steelers by 1.
Tim, I guess, is the closest.
Browns
It's
favorite?
Browns by 1.
Wow. Books love the Browns. People in the chat want to know how many of those you can fit in your mouth at one time.
I am not doing that. I am not doing that.
Do it.
No, I won't do it.
So
You won't do it on air the moment that we turn off this stream. You know you will.
No. Sorry.
You're going to be scarfing those things
No,
down.
no, I'm sharing them.
Get your phone. We'll
Get
get our
They're
phone
for
out and
you.
post
I
it to
had my
Twitter.
fill. It's time for everyone else to have a piece.
you can give it to them right now if you want to.
Well, if they'd like to come,
You can
get
throw them at them.
like a discus.
I wouldn't say throw the plate at them.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Jesus. Oh my. He hit the light.
It actually didn't hit the light. It hit the black part.
You know when Pat talks about how much of a mess you make in the studio and in his home?
I
This is
didn't
what he's
actually hit
talking
the
about.
light. I hit.
That's how you get ants, Tim.
This is the athlete that said he could tackle Derrick
Yeah,
Henry.
and you can tackle Derrick Henry, huh?
1 out of 100 times.
And you can also throw a 7-yard out in the NFL, according to you.
1 time.
Sure, you can't throw it 7 feet
that's
without
a
hitting
new
a
one.
light. Oh yeah, that's something he also said.
Oh, God.
Many are saying, don't give in to peer pressure. Don't be shy. Have them all.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, that's very, very kind of you.
Many are asking if they can see a cartwheel from you.
No,
Are you sure about that?
no, I'm fine.
So of the games, I know you weren't really listening, Tim, but Gary, maybe I'll ask you. Out of all the games that you just heard with all those lines, what's your first thought for next week?
I think I'm with what Tim was saying earlier. I think I'm with the Bengals to bounce back and with the Ravens to be a little bit fraudulent. I just didn't like what I saw today from the Ravens. I think Bengals, if we get somewhat of a neutral weather environment, them being at home, full week of practice from Burrow. Although he did practice mostly in full this week too. But yeah, I think I'll hop aboard the Bengals if people are hopping off.
And as much as I think Tampa was fraudulent, I don't care. I'm going to play against Chicago for a while till I see Chicago do anything somewhat full of life.
Well, I'm just curious, with the Packers being favored at Atlanta, could the Packers just be way better than the Falcons? Or am I just severely underrating the Falcons, who beat up a shitty Carolina team?
Hard to know.
I don't hate that. I don't hate just assuming the Falcons are a team that got a really, really, really advantageous matchup in week one. And they're actually just also terrible.
The Packers never did take the favorite spot all week in that game.
It went back the other way towards the Bears.
Yeah, I couldn't figure that out all week. I thought maybe I was missing something, and it was just the squarest of all plays, and it just came through.
Well, it's because Pittsburgh didn't come through earlier.
That's true, but it's just a lot of us looked at Green Bay and said, how in the name of heavens are they dogs in this game? And it just never moved.
In a very classic move, I did the opposite of that. I looked at it, it's well, there's no way Chicago can win, but no one's betting on them, so I'll take Chicago.
It just was
bad idea.
It was over very quickly.
It was. All right, that's week one in the books. I got Sealy on tomorrow. We're doing the ranking show. Then obviously Cust, Jeff, and I are back on Tuesday. Rate, review, and subscribe, and download. I don't give a shit if you listen or not, but just download it. Leave the rating and review, 5 stars, Apple or Spotify, to get yourself into a draw for $500. How many dollars is that?
I wasn't listening again. I'm sorry. I was thinking about the next Mozza stick I'm going to eat. I'm a disaster. I'm sorry.
We can't.
When you're getting the outro, my job is done. I stopped paying attention because I know it's your...
But you weren't paying attention 10 minutes ago.
Well, because I also wasn't involved in the promo. So I had nothing to say. That's it. I'm coming with my notepad next week and making notes of what you say during
So you
the
mean
promos.
you'll listen?
Well, I don't need to listen to the promos. They aren't germane to me. You're telling the people about them.
I'm trying to... The live reads are better, and we incorporate the peoples into them.
Well, what a great job they have been this evening, then. I apologize.
$1,500.
I apologize for all my shortcomings.
Paul.
Lessons learned that if you put a plate of mozzarella sticks in front of Tim, he will just completely ignore everything that's going on. I don't think he even got a single spread right. He was just thinking of how many more of those mozza sticks he was gonna get after.
Someone just mentioned that Tim's gonna bring his notepad to the studio and just litter paper all over the office and not pick it up. How many cans of DC am I gonna find in there? Just not in the trash.
There are 2. I know for a fact. I left 2. I meant to get rid of them, but then we changed. I had to come out, and I didn't get rid of them. There's 2.
Garion, thank you for being on.
Thank you for having me.
If
it was a lot of fun.
If you leaving a rating and review and you win, how much money would you win?
$1,500.
Well, no, that's only if we... No one is fucking paying attention!
500.
There we go! Absolutely nailed it, Garion Thorne. Thank you all for tuning in. We're going to be here every single Sunday night, giving you very little information, but hopefully keeping you occupied in between the late games and the Sunday night football game, which is about to start. And I heard that Brendan Cooks is not going to score the first touchdown. We'll see about that, all right? Smash the like on the way out. I'm Pat Mayo. I'll see you next time.